Hello, and welcome to the Battleship Brawl Companion. I'm Yellow Frizergan. In this episode, I'll be reviewing the CRAMp in my Weenus Mark III by T3hJimmer. This is a extremely compact ship. When I first saw it, I was thinking this can't possibly be 200k resources, but it is. It's a bit over since I added manual controls for this demonstration, but it is right up at the limit. It's also a very unusual design. We've got these turrets, but if you look closely, they're actually floating in midair. This is because each of these turrets is actually a separate vehicle being held by a docking beam. So in some sense, this main vehicle here is actually the spawn stick, and the other three are the sub-vehicles acting as turrets. Let's talk about the main vehicle first. We've got the engines at full, and we're making about usually 16 meters per second. But sometimes more or less, depending on which way the ship happens to be bobbing at the time. This gets even weirder. We've got this shrouded propeller ray at the back. Remember that only the center block of these huge propellers has to be open. The rudders are somewhat off the center mass, so we're going to get some rolling if we make a turn here. And it's also going to affect the amount of freeboard the ship has, so the speed is fluctuating kind of strangely here, especially if we keep turning. The turn rate being about, looks like about 7-ish. Yeah, if we turn enough, the ship goes nose up and can even exceed 30 meters per second. You saw that turret flying off for a bit here. Now in practice, it probably isn't going to do that, since the naval AI generally doesn't make full circles. But, I mean, you can see some odd behavior on these ships. Yeah, now it's doing the wheelie thing. But, I mean, I guess that's from the depths physics for you. Let me get back into the water proper. Okay. Back to moving. So, inside here, as we've seen with the Thetis and Achilles before, although that one didn't use a turret, I believe. Yeah, that one didn't use a turret. But the Tellurium did. Anyways, we've got these turrets with the usual docking station on each. These ones are aimed by laser combiners, which is a bit naughty of T3hJimmer. Technically, laser parts are banned in this tournament. Although, the way the tournament played out, it did end up being moot anyways. But, this is the conventional way to aim these sub-constructs that don't have any proper weapons, since laser combiners have a infinite velocity, so they will aim the turret directly at the enemy that is being targeted. Let's see, the sub thing here. We've got lots of heavy armor triangles, like all around. Probably making up a good percentage of the cost, with armor, with metal and alloy and wood compartment divisions making up the rest. But other than that, the interior is pretty much what you would expect from a ship of this type. So, now let's talk about the turrets. each turret has only one gun, which means that this ship only has the 3 cannons to work with. That's a very... I mean, there's only... You can keep packing pellets into a CRAMp cannon, but there's only so much each barrel can do, so this ship is rather on the underarmed side for this tournament. I mean, the armor will hold up for a good while, seeing as there's so much of it on both the turrets and the main ship. And since the turrets are being suspended, they don't have to worry about weight. You see, the ship is using these full heavy armored beams here, which are very heavy. But on the offensive side, I mean, there's only so much 3 guns can do, so this ship is going to be at a disadvantage in firepower. That said, each of these guns is huge. They're at the maximum gauge. They've got extreme amounts of revisioning. 194 explosive and 138 hardening is just a massive amount of pellets. Let's see if I can I even fire them from here? I guess not. I mean, they're just going to be doing... I mean, each shell is going to be doing massive damage. There just aren't going to be quite enough of them. I think this probably would have been better off with I mean, at least twice as many guns, even if each of them has only half as many materials. Or better yet, 3 or 4 times as many guns. That said, the provisioning is pretty well constructed. We've got most of these being fed by 4 or at least 3 autoloaders each, so they are getting the most bang out of each of these pellets as pretty close to as possible. They are well armored, although there is only so much that can be done against the largest of CRAMPs. So a very unique ship. Even if it doesn't fire the most shells, each shell will be doing a huge amount of damage. And pretty durable ship overall. Unfortunately, I was unable to complete this episode before it was eliminated from the tournament. But thanks for entering, T3hJimmer, and I'll see you all next time.